Nowadays, studying and getting a degree doesn't seem to be the main key in obtaining a job. Now, hold on, don't let that deter you. Studying and achieving your degree is still just as important. But in this modern world that thrives on competition and demands for you to have even more specific and special skills, there is one skill that has become more important, and that is networking. So a study conducted in 2023 by Oxford University has shown that less than 2/3 of fresh graduates obtained a job within the first 15 months after their graduation. Now, the students in this survey had reported facing a variety of barriers while they were searching for a job, and this includes a lack of certifications, a lack of skills, and a lack of experience. So for students who just came fresh out of university, they might feel lost waiting in the deep waters of the job market that it is today. Without the proper skills and the right connections, students might just fall into an endless spiral of job seeking. So how can students really stand out amidst the competitive and demanding job market that it is today? More than that, how can individuals utilize today's connectivity in order to land them the right job in the right place? Lucky for us today, we have Owen and Evan, who are the third place winners for the 14th eIcon World Contest in the high school category, to talk to us about their all-in-one application designed to support job seekers as well as connect them with employers. So, to Owen and Evan, please introduce yourselves.
So, hello, I am Evan and Rafael, Ezra.
My name is Owen Wijaya. We're both from UIC.
Okay.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
So before we start getting into the really serious stuff, I want to play a little game. So I'm glad you do love games. So I call this one Occupation Charades. So I'm going to set a timer. Hold on. I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute, and you guys will have to guess as many occupations as you can within that 1 minute. And if it turns out you do guess all of them, then I guess you guys are just really good at this game. Okay, let's start. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, first one.
Fishing.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Chef?
Yes. Okay, that's 2. Next one.
Painter?
Yes. That's 3. Okay. This is easy.
Driver?
Yeah. Okay, that's 4.
Teacher?
Yes. That's 5. Okay, next. This one's really easy.
Singer?
Yeah, singer. 6. Next one.
Huh?
Like, they use a tool.
Huh?
Okay, so you guys managed to guess 6. So that one was builder. But yeah, but I think I didn't really do that good. Okay, that's it. Thanks for playing with me, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your acting is amazing.
Thank you. Okay, in case the viewers don't know yet, Owen and Evan were in South Korea to attend the 14th eIcon World Contest as finalists. And you guys won 3rd place. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was impressive. Okay, so I'm going to tell the viewers a bit about eIcon. So eIcon stands for the E-Learning International Contest of Outstanding New Ages. And this competition is hosted by the South Korean Ministry of Education and spans around 3 months. And this competition aims to foster creativity, innovation, and collaboration within students while they develop a mobile app that helps achieve the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So for this year, the chosen SDGs were SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth, as well as SDG 11, which is sustainable cities and communities. And our students had the chance to collaborate with Korean students during the whole app making process. Owen and Evan here are Indonesian representatives, so they're representing Indonesia. And is there anything else you guys would like to add regarding the competition?
I think that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, you pretty much summarized it well.
Alright, let's just move on then. Oh, but before that, I want to ask you guys one last thing. How was Korea for you guys?
You want to go first?
Well, Korea is obviously, South Korea is obviously a wonderful place to be in. It's such a good atmosphere. We did go during the summer hot season, so it was pretty hot. But even though it was hot, it was still great. We got to go around a lot of places, and yeah, Korea's was really fun.
Nice.
Well, for me, it was pretty stressful, but also very fun.
Yeah.
Regarding the competition in Korea, it was super stressful, but like the whole country overall is a very nice place.
Nice. What did you guys like the most about it?
I definitely like the cuisine.
The cuisine.
I stole my answer. Yeah, the food. The food's great. I love it.
Food's
Food is
great.
awesome. Yeah.
Okay, what is the most memorable meal you had?
Mine's probably tteokbokki.
Tteokbokki. Oh.
For me, it was this packaged frozen milkshake from the
Oh,
grocery store.
frozen milkshake.
The one that you have to squeeze. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
It
know
was that
those.
dessert.
Oh, wow. Okay, so your friends yesterday, they answered things like fried chicken and stuff, and you're here with frozen milkshake. Is it because you can't get those stuff here?
Yeah, I don't think I ever see them here.
Yeah, me neither. Okay. Did you guys happen to see any cool places or landmarks while you were there?
Yeah, definitely. We went to Hongdae first, and then Gangnam.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Hongdae in like the afternoon, and we went Gangnam around like at night. Yeah. So we got to see like both sides.
Ah, okay. Are those like shopping districts, or what did you see there?
Yeah, most of it is shopping.
Most of it shopping. We did some side activities as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it for what we did.
Okay. Do you wish you spent a longer time there?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, was this your first time there, or have you been there before?
Personally, for me, it was my second time. But last time I went was like so long ago, I could not even remember.
As for me, I actually went this January. I've been to Korea, so it's still pretty fresh. And coincidentally, we're going to Korea again for this competition. So it's pretty cool. I get to go there twice in 1 year. So,
Oh, lucky for you.
yeah.
And okay, this leads me to my next question then. I heard from a little bird that you could speak a little bit of Korean. So could you please delight our viewers with a bit of your Korean skills?
This is my famous phrase that I use for my presentation.
Ooh.
안녕하세요. 저는 Owen입니다.
Oh.
Yes, give me my applause. Thank you. Absolutely amazing. They said they love my Korean.
Wow. Honestly, you no, you sound pretty convincing. You sound
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You sound pretty. I don't know what the Korean people think. What did they think? They loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if even the locals think you sounded good.
Spent a
then-
whole 15 minutes on Google Translate for that.
Is that the only phrase you can say
So far, yeah.
so far? Well, hoping to see you learn more phrases.
Of course.
Okay then. Well, let me just get into the project immediately. So, now could you tell me a little bit about your project and your application? So what is it all about?
So our application is all about helping out in the working industry. There's a lot of work-related problems right now. There's people who are struggling with employment, people who don't just have a lack of knowledge about like work skills. Because although you learn academically in school, you learn all those subjects. Maybe you don't know a lot of the general work environment stuff. Any more to add?
Definitely the gap between like university and working level. That's like mostly what we cover.
Yeah, that is actually a really prevalent problem. Okay, well then how does your application work exactly?
Well, it starts from the main screen. There's like two options.
we branch out into, we have two different branches, two different sections that we accommodate, because we have a target market for learners and employees for one section, and the business owners for the other section.
Okay.
And we accommodate the learners by providing certification, professional certification, work skill training,
employment opportunities. We basically give them like a platform for employment, and for the business owners, you could find an employee for your business.
Okay.
So that's just the main way our application works.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit more about how a learner might use this application for the first time, for example?
Well, depending on what they need to advance in their working journey, you could just use our app to start. So it's like the foundation. Foundation or like the starting point for their working journey. So I think that's how learners use our application.
Okay. That's really interesting. So I guess you've already explained this before, but how would you summarize the main purpose of your application in like 1 or 2 sentences? Do you have a slogan? Because yesterday the other team had a slogan.
The one you said at the end of the presentation.
All-in-one working app, sprinting towards a brighter future.
Nice. Okay. I think that summarizes it pretty much. Okay. So let's get into before you even came up with this whole thing. How did the journey of the contest begin for you guys? So how did you first discover this competition? Let's just start there.
Okay, so we weren't the first ones to join this competition. Evan and Owen.
Yeah.
Same as with the other group, he convinced us to join as well. Why not like give it a try? And then we just started developing our idea from there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So did you two immediately become a team, or no?
Well, at first,
looks like you would like to say something.
For me, I was on the fence about joining.
Yeah.
So I was not sure who to be teammates with for Owen.
It was the team making. It was still very, very random. We didn't know who was joining in the first. We still didn't know because it was still ongoing. It was still like an invitation preliminary. So we were still deciding the teams. We weren't even the first choice for each other's teams.
Right.
Like we had different people, but then we ended up together under very fortunate circumstances. So yeah, I'm happy. Happy to end up like this.
Aww.
Basically, both of us have worked a lot together on like foundation projects and group projects. So we thought it was just like, why not just join as a team?
Okay, so essentially you guys chose each other in the end, or was it by chance?
I think it was a bit of both.
A bit of both.
A bit of both.
So were you also on the fence about joining?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because this is a lot of. It's very time inducing. It takes a lot of time. You have to really prepare.
Definitely.
And there's a lot of preparation. So it's a bit intimidating to join a competition like that, especially for people who haven't joined something like that before. Like he hasn't joined one yet. I haven't joined an international one yet. So it's very a lot of preparation.
Oh, okay. So you have joined business competitions before.
Yeah, but not just around in Indonesia.
Just around Indonesia.
This is my first one ever.
Oh wow! And immediately.
My friends convinced me to just try it out and join. So yeah.
Oh, so it was your friends that eventually convinced you to join. Okay. How about you?
I just did it because my parents told me to. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Very valid. Okay. Well, then, did you guys joining? Was it simply just because of that, just because of your parents and just because of your friends, or did you also think you could find new opportunities in this competition?
Well, for me, at first, it was literally just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. Basically, it was during near holiday period for foundation. Our foundation year was ending. There was like nothing to do, so we were just like, why not just try and join? Let's just try something new.
Yeah, back then our schedule was very free. It's not like now where we have a lot of lessons. But yeah, I feel like this could be a very good experience and just a very fun time overall. I think working together, trying to create this app that we both have not much knowledge about, but we can learn and persevere.
Yeah. And did you guys eventually have fun?
No. It was fun until we realized that we made it through the final round. At that point, it was not fun for me anymore. I started taking it super seriously. Work's supposed to be a little bit of. I don't know if work's supposed to be fun or not.
yeah, like he said, preliminary rounds, it was all fun. We were just doing our thing.
Yeah.
And then it all got serious.
Yeah,
during the
it
finals.
got serious.
And then we had to actually like try our best.
But it was worth it, right? Paid off.
It was.
Okay. Good for you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, now I want to get into the heart of this. So, give me a full story on your journey during this competition. Let's just start simple. What first sparked the idea for this application? And were there any particular inspirations?
So our ideas first started from I would say it came from Duolingo, right? Basically, our first app idea was a Duolingo for skills. Instead of language, it was like work skills and things related to like Sustainable Development Goal 8.
Yeah.
But then me and Owen thought that this would not be like finished as a full application, so we just started to add like the working features on top of it. So, and then we just kept adding more and more and more to the learning side until we realized that our app was too large. So we trimmed it down a bit. There were a lot of ideas that did not make it to the final application.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much how it started. It just started from like a Duolingo skills, and then it developed into a working app.
Okay, you actually answered my next question. So then I want to ask you more about that. So then what are some of the ideas that didn't end up making it, and how did you eventually choose like which one would make it to the final and which one didn't?
Well, the first one was the Duolingo part we cut out.
Duolingo part.
And secondly was a middle school part, right? Basically, we wanted a platform where middle schoolers can learn for like their IGCSE or like their harder subjects, because quizzes wouldn't cut it. That did not make it in as well.
Yeah.
We had a high school part as well. Yeah, that did not make it in. We had 2 more sections. You want to explain the second section?
So yeah, like you said, we had an entire academic portion to our app. But if we've already talked about before, our app is for working. I think we eventually had calls with the Korean team. I think they had a lot of influence on us. Their idea went fully straight on to the working side, the section. Okay. So we decided to complement that by just not focusing on that and going straight into the working aspect.
Then again, there was a lot of stuff in the working part that we still cut out.
Like what?
We had an idea for 2 more sections. One of them was for workplace treatment. Basically, like preferable workplace treatment for many jobs. And the last one was a mental health regulation section. And all of those we had to cut out.
Oh no!
So basically, the last part we had was just the learner and business side, because it could stand on its own. Let's say if there was an app with like section 2 or 3 only, it would be very incomplete. Yeah. But section 1 could, like our working side, could stand on its own.
Oh man, that is actually a lot of features that didn't end up making it.
Fun fact, our mentor talked to us. She said that our app had the most changes out of the whole competition, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of changes, honestly. But meanwhile, the premise of this whole thing was actually the Duolingo. So that is what inspired it. It all started Duolingo. And that didn't end up making it. Well, are you guys satisfied with what it ended up becoming in the end?
Definitely. Within our time limit and like our skills with app development, I say we tried our best.
Yeah, I honestly do believe we could have had so much more, made it so much bigger, but with the time limit that we have, with the tools that we were given, I feel like we're really satisfied with our end product. We put in a lot of work.
Yeah, we did definitely put in a lot of work. But yeah, your app definitely has so much more potential. Yeah. And I mean, for future applications, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so then for the working part, was that simply because you wanted to adhere to one of the SDGs, or do you have some other reason on why you chose to tackle the working issue?
It was both. Working directly relates to SDG 8, which is like economic work and decent, economic growth and decent work.
Yeah.
And also from our personal experience about like education in Indonesia, we decided to like put it in.
And for the employment part, I know a lot of people that personally I know a lot of people who are struggling with employment. Nowadays, it's very hard for youths, especially to find jobs that's suitable for them. So I think it really motivated us to like create a solution to that problem, not only to improve the situation, but to solve it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big factor in what we did.
Yeah, that was a really noble reason. And honestly, I'm starting to wish that your app actually did exist, because I would need it very soon. Okay, well, let's just jump into the next one, which is about your project making process. So how did you guys first prepare for this? Like, do you have any memorable stories in the during the preparation process?
Well, we started with basically for the e-icon competition, there's this app proposal template that you can download online, and basically that was what you used to enter the competition, because you would write about your app ideas, how it works, what you want to make, and then you would make it to the final round. So it started from that, right? We just expanded the idea, made a very rough like draft of the UI, and then we wrote like 3,000 words about what our app would be like.
Oh wow.
And then we ended up advancing to the final round, and then it got serious.
Yes.
So yeah, it just continued from there.
Funny and true story, actually. We were only supposed to, during preliminary rounds, we were only supposed to submit that draft.
Yeah.
But we made a whole presentation. We made a whole presentation that was meant for the final round.
Whoa.
We thought we had to submit it, but we only had to submit the draft proposal.
Wow.
So it was like we prepared in advance without like really like knowing that it would come in handy. We made a whole presentation about our app, but then we realized we did not need to submit at the end. We just needed the app proposal.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, they were only accepting ideas. They weren't asking for like an example or a demonstration.
So what made you guys think that you needed to make a presentation?
Well, we thought it would be easier to explain, and maybe they would be like more convinced about our application that way.
Talk about overachievers.
No, so we thought that it was actually a serious thing we need to do, but once we figured out like we just need to submit the proposal, we were like,
A whole 3 hours of that afternoon gone.
No, but wait, it did end up coming in handy in the end,
we
right?
ended up using it.
So technically, you kind of predicted what you were gonna do in the end. So that is effective. I can't believe it. Fellow students, these are your standards. We need to. This is the standard that we need to beat. Okay. Now, I also know that you guys had the opportunity to work with Korean students. So, what was that like? And what are some of the struggles that you faced while working with them?
Well, for us, communication was not really a problem. They're really open about communication and like texting for ideas and problems to solve. What was difficult was the online meetings, right? Basically, they tried their best to speak English, but it was something that we cannot use to like make an app. It was like basic English. So we had a mentor, a language mentor. Shout out to her. Her name is Miss Che Won Ban. Very helpful. So basically, what we would do is that we would speak in English. She would listen. She would translate it to Korean, and we would do the same for the Korean students.
Yeah, because their English was still basic.
Yeah.
Okay. So then one of the struggles you faced was language barriers then.
Yes.
Okay. But then when you met them in real life, was it easier to communicate, or was it still the same thing?
It was definitely easier, right? We could just like open up Google Translate and we just type it in. It would just come out in Korean.
Yeah.
It's way easier than having like the mentor there for anything we need to talk about, right?
Yeah.
And also they're very friendly in general.
That's nice.
Evan had a special relationship with one of them, but we'll get into that into the extra scenes. No, I'm just kidding.
No, let's just get into it now.
No, that didn't necessarily affect the app demonstration, but the app development. But I think it really motivated Evan to do his best. She was very, very friendly, and they were super nice, super welcoming as well. And like he said, the communication.
That was a problem, but it was fine.
Thanks to our mentor and Google Translate. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, so you mostly overcame it with the help of your mentor then?
Yes.
Were there any other things that you did yourself that helped overcome the struggles? Like, were you the ones to reach out, or?
Both of us reached out. It was equal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, team effort.
Okay, so do you think the key to overcoming the struggles is just like active communication?
It depends on the situation, but I think for this one, maybe we just needed to like talk more and with the language mentor so that we know we had the same direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did have a couple of miscommunications that probably prolonged the app development.
Okay.
I needed to redo like a lot of stuff again and again before we finally got to the
Talk about that.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Talk about
okay.
That, but
Well,
yeah.
coincidentally, the next question is actually related to that. So tell me more about that.
So we started with making after trimming our ideas from and combining with their idea. We needed to make the UI because personally we cannot code. He cannot code. I cannot code.
Yeah.
The Korean students are like at an IT school, so basically they said they're going to do all the coding.
Yeah.
We're going to do everything else.
Okay.
So we made the UI, but the problem is that we made it in Adobe Photoshop. And basically what that did was that every single button or image in the UI, it cannot be copy pasted by them to be put into their coding software. So basically what he ended up having to do is go through like 30 pages of UI and change every single button into a JPEG with a transparent background.
Hi, my name's Owen, and I'm in charge of UI design. Sharing files. I spent probably 65% of my entire time there just exporting PNGs to them.
He spent like 2 weeks just working on
The designs were already done. I just needed to make it transparent PNG, JPEG as well for sharing, make it into a zip file. The important stuff like what he did, the script writing or the app proposal, he was doing. Yeah, he was doing that, but I spent most of my time changing the PNGs. So thank you.
And also, funny part, it continued until the last day before our final evaluation on Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Because 30 pages of UI.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is tedious work. You should put that on your resume. I converted 30 pages of UI.
That sounds great.
Oh my gosh. And is that because in the beginning the Korean students didn't tell you guys that it needed to be that way?
Well, at first we thought that they would just like replicate the UI in the coding software. So we thought that, okay, we'll just make how it's supposed to look like and they'll do all the rest. But turns out that was not the case, right?
Yeah, we needed to make the individual buttons, the individual menus as well. For example, you go into your phone, you have to press this to go into another section, right? We needed to make those as well, like the separate designs, part of the actual background or something.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah, so one morning I got a text from one of our teammates. They were like, we need the PNG images for this first page. If not, we cannot put it into the coding software. And Owen had a very priceless reaction.
Could you please replicate that priceless reaction?
Are you kidding me, dude? Oh my gosh, I spent like 4 hours trying to do this. Oh my gosh, I'll just prolong it till tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, I'll just prolong it till the day after, and then 1 week later we're in Korea. So that's kind of my bad. That's probably why our app development got delayed. I'm not perfect. We're not perfect. But learn from us.
Did you guys manage to like exchange cultures? Like, did you guys tell them anything about Indonesian culture?
Well, I do not think so. They shared us a lot about Korean culture.
Are there some things you remember?
How to... in Korean, you receive with 2 hands, not with 1 hand. So basically, if you get something, you have to do it like 2 hands.
Like this.
Yeah.
So they're considered polite.
And also, most of the jokes or like the things that people like say to each other are very different from here. So we got to like experience a bit of it. Right?
Oh, he was very taken aback by Korean culture, Korean jokes and all.
Yeah.
I really see that special relationship, which you'll see in the extra episode.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Okay. Sounds like you guys had fun hanging out with them, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Good
Because
for you.
they're like similar to our age, so like.
Oh, yeah, they were in high school.
Yeah,
age.
we relate a lot.
Okay. Still waiting on that elaboration for the special relationship.
Oh, yeah,
but-
sure.
okay. At the end. Let's just get into the next one then. So, I was informed earlier that you won an award for Best Presenter. Can you tell us about that?
Thank you. It's just competition was. How do I say it? I guess I just did better than everyone else. I'm not. It's not an ego thing. It's not a show off thing.
No, it's okay.
I know a lot of people, a lot of groups, a lot of teams. Their English, especially, is very good. Their presentation skills are good, similar to mine actually. I just saw a lot of them, and some of them really impressed me. So I figured I should maybe take inspiration from some of them. I'm already generally a pretty good presenter or speaker on stage, but even I get nervous sometimes. Thank you.
The t-shirt's like.
Thank you.
Back it up.
Really?
He really backed me up a lot. Yeah.
Fun fact: I told our mentor and one of the organizers that he was the best presenter at our school.
Ooh.
So I think that helped.
I think they took that to heart. They're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the intention. Just kidding. I love it. I love it.
Love it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, presenting is sort of is a good skill to have, and I'm really grateful.
Definitely.
I'm really grateful for it. I'm really grateful to be able to use it for our team, for our presentation, and to see my efforts not go to waste. To see it achieve something like that presentation certificate. I think it really, really warmed my heart, and hopefully I'll be able to keep on with that effort in the future. So.
I'll say the same thing. Hopefully you do get to keep up that effort in the future. Do you personally enjoy presenting?
Oh yeah, I love it.
You love it?
I love being on stage.
No wonder you got Best Presenter. But even then, did you feel nervous?
Well,
Okay, you first then.
it was nervous until I started presenting, and then all of a sudden 15 minutes just felt like 2 minutes,
Oh,
and then I was just not nervous anymore.
I was very nervous, despite what it seems. I like to call myself an introvert normally, but extrovert when presenting. So when I'm on stage, I just forget about all my worries, all my troubles, and I just go out there and talk. Just keep talking. From what I've memorized, I work really well with a script. I'm not much of a improvising on the spot. I really do need a script, but I stick to it. Sometimes I can improvise a little bit, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
that sounds good. Okay, well then, I'd like the best presenter to give us some tips about presenting, since of course, as you guys know, in UIC, presenting is one of the really important skills, since you're going to have to go through a lot of presentations and group work. So what can the best presenter say about, can you give us some tips about how to do a good presentation, basically?
First of all, practice. A lot of people think that they can just rip it. They can just go and just talk like they usually do with their friends.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's different on
Exactly.
stage. You're under a lot of pressure, and you might forget what you need to say. You might say something inappropriate, or you might say something that's not relevant.
Yeah.
So you should definitely practice, especially with people who don't have much talent in that area. I think they should practice a lot. Second, hand gestures, like what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Hand gestures, we really express your feeling and your thoughts, and the audience can convey what you're thinking or what you're trying to convey because of your body language and all that. And finally, clear voice. That's kind of relates back to the practicing, but have a loud, clear voice, something that the audience can understand. Don't speak super quickly like this, otherwise they don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Slowly, but not too slowly, because we were under a time limit. So,
One more.
Yeah.
Don't snap.
oh yeah, that's a personal thing of mine. But I like to do this when I'm nervous. So and any habits that you do, just try to ignore them, get rid of them when you're nervous, and yeah, that's pretty much it for tips and tricks.
Okay, the fact that you managed to improv that whole thing just shows me how good of a presenter you are.
Thank you.
So that's amazing. Thank you so much for the tips.
Of course, thank you.
Everybody, take notes.
Take notes. You
I will
better.
be taking mental notes.
I'll be watching.
Okay. Okay. Now let's go into the next question. So, as with any project, we always need to remember to include thoughts about the future. So now I want to ask you to look towards the future regarding your application and the implications of your application. First of all, do you think your application is helpful? And if yes, to whom? So what kind of parties can benefit from your application?
Well, definitely, of course, we think our application is super helpful. I feel like anybody could benefit from it, right? Whether it's like young adults or like people that are going back into the workforce, maybe at an older age, and also with like in the future, there are many like new occupations that we don't know, we don't know about. So maybe we could like accommodate that on our app, and people can see like the best future prospect jobs or what is the most like beneficial work.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How about the government? Do you think the government can benefit from your application?
Or definitely, with more employment. I think the general stigma is that more employment equals more economic growth, and I agree.
Yeah.
I think the statistics back it up, so definitely the government could use our application as well.
Okay, that's nice. Now, even from now, we can already see how the job market is getting more and more competitive. And it's demanding more specialized or specific skills. So in this kind of future, where do you see your application? What role does your application play in the future where even more specialized and specific skills are needed? Do you think your app can accommodate that?
Definitely. We can be like the training ground, or like, let's say, starting point for any future skill or like any future job. Whether it's just like an employment platform or like training app, definitely has a place in it, right?
Yeah, our app is all about guidance. All about guidance. We give help. We give information for the users, and we're able to guide them towards professional certifications, which obviously we can't provide ourselves because we don't have authority. But we'll be able to give them tips. We'll be able to train them, give them training, and all the courses. And yeah, I just see ourselves in the future as a guidance app, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you think your app would accommodate more general skills, or do you think it would also accommodate niche kinds of occupations that students might find hard to search for anywhere?
Definitely be everything, right?
Everything.
I believe everything. For now, general work skill training, considering we need to have a sort of foundation for our app, we need to be able to tell users that, our app is actually reliable, it's relevant to whatever you're searching. Maybe for niche skills, we can accommodate for that because we have a section that's all about finding occupations, and we have a bright outlook feature where new and emerging jobs are very profitable, are very good for employees. So I think niche. We'll do that probably maybe in the future. Think about that. But we eventually do want to do all.
Nice. Well, if your app were ever to be developed in the future, and so in this kind of future, the one that I just described, do you think your app would benefit more if you include the features that didn't end up making it to the final competition?
Definitely. Some of our features are like super helpful for completing the whole work journey. Like, let's say finding a job, knowing what job or workplace to stay at, and also keeping your mental health in check so you could just stay working as efficiently as you can without burning out. And also the academic section. We could also cover the whole academic journey pretty much with our app. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be super helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. And lastly, what are the implications for your app in a future where individuals are increasingly becoming more dependent on artificial intelligence? So would your application accommodate jobs that can compete with AI?
You want to answer this?
Thank you for this answer. Well, AI is very prevalent nowadays. There's a lot of AI in technology and jobs that people use, especially in factories where they use automated machines or something like that. If our app wanted to try to do with AI, we have the academic thing, where it's like you use AI to create those different courses that provide questions for students, for different employees, and just try to ask what they need to know. How else could AI help with our app? How else could we make content?
Well, the parts of AI of our app we had to cut out because of the time constraints. But I think that is just like the basic idea of how AI can be adapted into our application, right?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Oh yeah, okay, so you guys know how a lot of jobs are being threatened by AI now. Do you think your application could serve a role in keeping some of these jobs alive for people to be employed in them instead of getting replaced by AI?
Well, some jobs I believe you cannot replace with AI.
Yeah.
Say something that is related to like interacting with other people. Definitely AI is not like that smooth in that category yet, right?
Yeah.
It's either we can just accommodate them to like adapt to AI, or either we can just like accommodate the jobs that cannot be replaced by AI in our app.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Okay. So in every stage of life, evaluation is needed to proceed to the next stage. Now I'm curious to know about your forms of self-evaluation. So what do you think you learned from this whole experience, and do you have any valuable takeaways that you can carry with you for the rest of your life?
You want to go first? I have a lot.
Oh wow.
Ooh, okay.
Then I'll keep it short then. There's a lot of things we learn. My main takeaway from this that I really appreciate is cooperation. Sure, I've cooperated in the past, like in student projects or stuff like that, but this really tested the limits of that. Especially with the language barrier of international students, we had to really try hard. We needed to not only communicate well, but we needed to actually pursue that communication. We can't just leave it on the side, right? We need to take charge, and we need to do the things we have to be able to cooperate well. So I believe cooperation was a really good key. I really learned how to work together as a good team, even with some hardships along the way. I think the good outweighs the bad, and I really appreciate the cooperation.
That's really nice.
For me, where do I start?
Okay.
First is, as you mentioned, the communication. This is my first time communicating with someone seriously in a foreign language.
Yeah.
So it was a new experience, and we have to make sure that communication is smooth, it's always accurate, and there are no like miscommunications. If not, it will just lead to like what Owen had with the PNGs earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
And secondly, personally, I found the time or the tactics I am most productive because we had to juggle between UTS program and this competition.
Right.
So basically, it was like doing double the workload of normal school.
Wow.
So I had to be like the most productive I've been in my life. So I found the way I worked best, and thirdly is also the confidence or like thought, because I had a lot of doubts about our application that I would just like bug Owen. I'd be like, is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? Definitely, yeah. So have some confidence in what you're able to do, and definitely like build some skills that'll be useful for in the future for like teamwork, communication, time management. Honestly, that's the one thing we struggled with, was time management.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Time management. Well, we want to tell them about how we stayed up until early in the morning. Yeah.
So basically, from day one, we got less than 5 hours of sleep. At least I did. We had to stay up until like very early times. That's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and then wake up at 9 a.m. Right? He always slept early. I always stayed up a bit late to just finish everything.
Yeah.
And on the last day before evaluation, I stayed up until like 5:30.
Oh.
And then we had our presentation at like, we had to wake up at 9 a.m.
So you had like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, consecutive in a row.
Is that something you recommend?
Definitely not. But like, because of our poor time management skills, it was something that we had to like.
You had to push through.
You had to push through.
I don't know about you, but I need my beauty sleep. So yeah.
To maintain that smooth skin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So don't be like this. Prepare beforehand. Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys just basically kind of answered the next question, which is that what are things you could do better the next time? So, are there any things you think you can do better aside from the time management part?
Definitely the mindset part
The mindset.
for me. Just have less doubts about our application. Maybe the strong suits sometimes we forget about when comparing to like other applications. We think about what they do best, but we also have to think that we do best in.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like what he said, find the best route to take. Be more prepared in everything, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Don't be like us. We're definitely underprepared for when we went to Korea. So please try like your best, like prepare beforehand if you have things like this. Because you never know what could happen. Like the PNG incident could like happen with like 3 other things, and then we will not be able to finish our application. So yeah, just prepare.
Okay, no need to imagine it. That's too painful. But do you guys think if you were given more time, you would have done better on these things, or would it actually just prolong the process?
No, we would have done better. We would have developed.
better.
We would have developed what we thought we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were even during app development, when we were trying to actually make the app function, we were still coming up with ideas. We were still filtering out ideas. We were still trying to decide the final final design of the application.
Wow.
So yeah, I think definitely with more time and with more like focus, we'll be able to.
So shout out to our Korean teammates. They coded the whole app in like 1 week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. I mean, is that really less impressive? Is that really more impressive than you having to convert the whole 30 pages of UI?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
My process was just tedious. I know I seem like I'm whining about it, but no, it wasn't hard at all.
very tedious.
No, it wasn't hard at all. It was just very time.
Yeah, in the Korean team, I do not think they had like any negative emotions behind like coding the whole app in 1 week. They just went along with it, right?
Yeah.
They just tried their best.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I admire them for that.
Yeah.
Very good, very hard workers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good sportsmanship. Okay. Let's just go to the next question then. Okay. Now we've reached the last question for this podcast. So after your incredible win at the contest, I'm sure a lot of other students would start to look up to you and look towards you for some tips and tricks on how to achieve a similar feat. So I want to be the first to ask you this. What is some advice you can give to students who are looking to join similar competitions? And is there a key to winning?
You want to start?
Well, I've already given some tips on presentation, how to present yourself, get yourself out there. I just want to give you some tips as well with, of course, time management. I think that's the biggest issue that we had to overcome. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest hurdle, and it's serious. It's very serious. It may not seem like a tough problem. Like you may just put something off until like next week. Oh, we still have 4 weeks. We can do this next week. But then the days just go by, weeks go by.
Look at what happened to Owen with the...
Look what happened to me about the PNG.
You didn't realize that it's Monday again.
Done it earlier. Yeah. Time management for sure, and just be confident. Just be confident in your product, in your skills, in your team. First and foremost, trust in your team, trust in your skills, and you'll be able to do well. For sure, you will be able to do well.
Okay.
Well, for me, firstly is find how you're most productive. Definitely, because most students here, they probably will have like normal school as well, right? On top of their competition, and also something to hold time management. Maybe create a schedule. Create a schedule for like what time you want to work on your competition and what time you want to work on your schoolwork. I think that'll help a lot.
Right.
And second, also try and find the winning formula for the competition. For our competition, there were a lot of past winners, right? This is the 13th one.
Okay.
So basically what we did at the start was we just looked through every single winner and we just try it and replicate or just like take what they do. And I think it worked out. So maybe if you have the opportunity, you could look at the past winners and see what they do. And also have some confidence as well. I did not have a lot of confidence for our application, but we turned out fine in the end. So like,
I mean, confidence is what got you there in the first place, right?
and also develop the skills that are useful for this competition. So, like Owen said, presenting, app development, learn how to code, learn how to be efficient, and also finally always seek advice or feedback from your teachers. Ask everyone for your feedback, especially like the people that know more than you. Maybe they can have like some ideas or features that we never thought about, because that was what it was like for us.
Yeah, a whole new perspective will definitely help you. Will definitely help you shape your final idea. We probably wouldn't have been able to make it if it not for the help from our fellow teachers or our students as well. For our friends, they give us some ideas, some insight. Maybe some of them not good ones, but we took them into we take. You should be able to take them all into consideration to just get the best final product that you can. So.
Also, make sure to communicate well. Sometimes we do not have the same idea of how we want to like care for the application. At least me and Owen, we had a few of those issues, but like we had to like overcome it through communication. And what else? Teamwork. Yeah. Just like try your best to help. And also, lastly, I think it's not that important, but also have fun. I think the way we advanced to the final was that we had a lot of fun making this application before it got serious.
That's
so
really
like
great.
so maybe like have fun, enjoy the process, but like do not have too much fun.
Do not have too much fun.
We just like enjoy the process of making what you want to make.
It was worth it until the end, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Do you think this competition helped improve your skills, like time management and collaboration, communication?
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Yeah, we're prepared for any presentation.
Okay.
Prepared for any assignment, anything stressful.
No more late submissions anymore.
No more late submissions. Teachers, listen to this. No more late submissions?
Exactly.
No more late submissions. Okay. No more late submissions. Okay then. Well, before I end this, I want everybody to know that in case you weren't paying attention, we just moved to a new location. We moved to a new campus, guys. We are now in Sadayu Suite Life, Sadayu City Suites. And, well, I just want to ask you guys a bit, how are you liking the new campus?
It was good. The infrastructure is better than our old one.
Definitely.
I think the food options are decent. I mean, shout out to Maneko. Our product. They serve good food and they supplement for like not being able to go out to a mall. So definitely the campus, I'd say it's an upgrade, right?
Yeah, you pretty much said all I wanted to. Facilities are upgraded. There's a lot more spacious. Room's a lot more spacious than the last one. We can't really go out unless you bring a car or if someone's driving you. But we do have a great place here. I think it's gonna be good for future learning and and current learning as well. I think so far it's been great. Everyone that I've talked to has liked it and
Great. So you heard it here first, guys. So this new campus, we have bigger classes, bigger opportunities, a bigger toilet, and just a lot of new things that I'm sure you guys would be really excited to see. So we hope to see you in the new campus. And that is it for our podcast today. Thank you so much, guys, for
having us on.
Thank you for taking your time to talk to me today. And in case you guys still want to talk about that special relationship thing, you can just hit me up. You guys don't have to say.
Oh yeah! Shout out to my Instagram, Real Firestorm. Real Firestorm.
We'll manage. Well, you guys have definitely set a really amazing standard for all of us here, and I hope you continue to do so.
And also thank you to our mentor once again. And thank you to our Korean teammates and also the competition organizers as well. And also all our teachers here. Everyone, our friends, our friends here, our teachers, all of them help with the process. So thank you to all of them.
Okay. Well, thank you to you guys.
Thank you.
You guys
Thank you so much.
Well, best of luck on your studies, and I hope to see you guys soon. And to our viewers, thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, everyone, find the future for you. It all starts here at USGE Education. Bye!